Hello, everybody, and once again, welcome to Synonomics. Today, I'll delve a little bit deeper into the meditation series, and we'll talk a little bit more on the creative visualization. I'm getting a lot of comments, questions on that, so I thought to spend some time explaining some of the things that I talked about, like alpha state, visualizing as a vivid picture, people getting benefited, etc., etc. So let's talk about it. So basically, creative visualization is nothing but improving our lives rather, with the power of our thought. And how can we do that? I explained it earlier. Let me a little bit go deeper into that. So if you really look at that, it's actually a way to connect with the universe. So our brain continuously emits waves. Occipital lobe of our brain, which is a little bit in the back side of it, continuously emits waves of different frequency. When the frequency is high, for example, the frequency is at around 50 to 60 hertz, we are pretty much in the awake state, like right now. I am there, right? And that's called beta stage, by the way, when the frequency is high. And when we are a little bit relaxed, wakeful relaxation, I would call it, going for a sleep, almost about to sleep, or just after you got up in the morning, there our brain is a little bit quieter, and the occipital lobe is transmitting waves at around 10 to 12 hertz. Then when you go a little bit deeper and try to sleep, the waves actually go further down, 3 to 5 hertz. And that's called theta stage. And for some of you, if you want to know more about it, when we are in the deep sleep, that's called delta stage. So remember, beta, alpha, theta, and delta. These are the different stages of awakeness. And creative visualization, this meditation, all these meditative techniques, they work the best in the alpha state. Because according to the psychologists and scientists, alpha stage is the stage where we actually interact with the universe. Our waves actually interact with our future waves. Looks funny, sounds funny, but remember, I talked about it earlier that we are all energy. So when we are talking about interacting, we are in fact, our energy, these waves are energy, they are talking and interacting with the future waves, future energy. And that's the best way to kind of establish a dialogue between those two. To tell what you want with all those techniques that I talked about. So guys, you need to be in the alpha stage and you need to practice that as well. Many of us will fall asleep straight away. From beta, we'll go to alpha stage, and without any moment, a few seconds, we'll slip into theta. Many times it happens, right? Especially when you're a bit tired. You go to the bed and you're gone. Gone means gone to sleep. So this is how we actually interact. From the scientific perspective, our energies are interacting with the energies of the universe, energy of the future, and creates a dialogue. And that's where the creative visualization and other meditative techniques work. I hope that's clear. Now, as I mentioned earlier, creative visualization is nothing but to improve our lives by the power of thoughts, to achieve something with the power of thought. Again, remember, 3 things are important. But before I go there, let me explain why I have to ask for that, why I have to connect with the universe, why I have to establish a dialogue, why I can't get it. Straight away, I'll work hard and get it. So easy. Actually, it's easy that way as well. But visualization and the meditation is all about attraction. You are attracting. One thing is you are striving towards that. You're working hard to get money. On the other hand, you're attracting money. Money is coming to you. Sounds awkward to many of you, probably. I'm sorry for that, but it used to sound awkward to me as well, till I experienced that. So, it's the power of attraction. It's the law of attraction, law of resonance that I talked about. So we are actually trying to expedite here. Of course, you work hard, you'll get it. No doubt about it. This is not for people who don't work. But you need to ask for it. It's just like love, guys. You give more and you get more. Give more love and affection to the universe and you'll get it back. Even Bible says, right? You seek and you'll get it. You ask for it and you'll get it. You knock the door and the door will be open for you. What about Bible? Why to go to Bible? Let's look at the other. Even the baby. The baby gets the milk when she asks for it by crying. Then only mother thinks, hey, the baby is hungry. If the baby is sleeping coolly, relaxing, playing, hungry baby, the mother will have no clue. She'll think the baby is full, right? So that's what happens. And many of you are like, hardcore scientists and engineers. Remember Newton's third law. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So it's the same thing. What goes around comes around. So with that, remember, in creative visualization, 3 things are very, very important, right? As I talked about that earlier. One is the belief, the compelling conviction. You should believe in yourself. You should believe in your achievement. You should believe in this whole process. If you don't believe it, it's futile. No need to do that. Don't worry about it. And if you look at the different books that has been written on that, Claude M. Bristol wrote the book, The Magic of Believing. I think the book came around 1967. You should look at that. When all these topics started coming in US in the early 40s and 60s, the medical science, the doctors were very threatened. And many of them mocked at it. They called it like, oh, this is crazy. This is voodoo science. Deepak Chopra, who is now a well-established guru, I would call it, in this space. He was actually a medical doctor. But when he started talking about consciousness, meditation, and all those kind of things in USA in 1960s, early 60s or so, the doctors and many of the communities actually called him a voodoo doctor. And now most of the celebrities and everybody is pretty much his fan. So when it started in USA, a lot of people actually were skeptic about it. They did not give much importance. They say, hey, this doesn't make sense. These are not scientific. How can you change things by believing? How can you get up or recover fast when you're suffering from an illness by believing, by mental picture? But guess what? At the same time, Carlo Simonton started doing the therapy. Imagery, he calls it imagery therapy. So he started actually working with the patients, even with the terminal illness. And he asked them to imagine that they're getting better, they're recovering. And guess what? It worked. Many of these patients actually recovered much faster. Maxwell Maltz, he has written plenty of books. One of the most important one is Psycho-Cybernetics. In the Psycho-Cybernetic books, he actually writes about many patients. In fact, Maxwell was a plastic surgeon. And he has written in Psycho-Cybernetics that there are 2 types of people. Many people who used to come for minor surgeries like, fixing their nose or whatever, the lips or some minor cosmetic surgery, which was not very evident to their friends. Nobody noticed that. But these guys felt so good about themselves. They felt very confident. They felt very happy, very good. Even though it was very unnoticeable, nobody noticed it. On the other hand, he talks about some patients who went through major surgery to fix the nose, lips, whatever, all the plastic surgery of the face, which was quite evident. But guess what? Many of those patients still were feeling inferiority complex. They still used to think that they are a little bit deformed. They're not perfect, even though they had spent money and got the plastic surgery done. So guys, it's all in the brain. And that's what it's called, the power of subconscious brain. If you guys want to know more about it, refer to Joseph Murphy. When people started talking about subconscious brain, again, same thing happened. Medical science did not believe in that. They say, oh, what is subconscious brain? But now it's a well-established fact, and let's not get into that. It's pretty much established fact now that we have a conscious brain and a subconscious brain. Conscious brain is when you are awake, we are running, we are talking, we are working, we are eating. The conscious brain is working. And the subconscious brain, still working, but you don't need it, you don't notice it. Like your heartbeat, your blood pressure, your digestion, everything's taken care of, right? Your blood pressure in the similar range, say 80 to 120. Your heartbeat is pretty much there, your pulse is going and pretty much maintained there. What's your contribution in that? Not much. Subconscious brain is actually helping you to manage it. When we sleep, for an example, guys, when we sleep, as I talked about, when we are in the alpha stage, theta stage, delta stage, suppose we are in the delta stage, in the deep sleep, what is our conscious brain doing? Dreaming, relaxing. But what about subconscious brain? They are working 24/7. Who maintains your blood pressure? Who maintains your heartbeat? Who maintains your pulse rate? Who maintains all the other functions that's happening in your body? That's subconscious brain. Yes, subconscious brain is key to everything. It's key to success. You can train your subconscious brain and get rid of your illness. You can train your subconscious brain and change the way you think. You can train your subconscious brain and attract a lot of things you want in your life. I also call that mental model. Training the brain, training your subconscious brain changes your mental model, the way you think, the way you perceive things. So remember, you need to train your brain, you need to creatively visualize. So when the occipital lobe is transmitting something like alpha rays to you, at that time you need to connect with your outer self, with the universe, and ask for it. So as I was saying, 3 very important things are there. Number 1, belief. Number 2 is the goal, the purpose. What's the purpose of that? I gave the example previously. I need $100 million. Well, great, good idea. What are you going to do about it? The universe will ask you that question. Do you have a plan for that? And guess what? There was a study done in US, 90+% people who won lotteries, or Tats Lotto for those guys who don't understand lottery. Tats Lotto, they became bankrupt or over a period of time. They went and spent money like that. They didn't value money, guys. If you don't value somebody, he or she will not value you. Simple law. So you need to understand that as well, that you should have a plan ready. Can you handle it? Can you manage it? What's in it for you and what's in it for others? Why the universe will give you so much of money, or for that matter, anything. So we need to have a goal, a purpose. And third and the most important thing is affirmation. Affirmation is pretty much like training your brain by putting sound waves there. Right? How you train your subconscious brain. It's not something you can see, right? It's not like the way you train a dog, your pet, or for that matter, even the whales are trained. So you cannot, how can you train someone or something that you can't see? Think about it. Affirmation is one way to do that. You need to affirm it. You need to program your brain. You change the wiring of that. If you think money is bad, rich people are bad, they have become rich by exploiting others, by not paying taxes, by bad works, whatever, change it. Love money. Happy money. Ken Honda talks about it. When you give money to somebody, are you feeling happy about it? That's happy money. Happy money will come back. When you give something to somebody and you feel really sorry or like compelled, not very happy, that's not happy money. It will not come back to you. No point doing that, by the way. So that's very, very important. So with that, guys, let me a little bit paraphrase that. The 4 techniques that I talked about, and those are the basic techniques, by the way. I'll go into the deeper one later. Number 1 is once you come into the alpha stage, start seeing the imagery. See that a large big television or a screen, movie screen moving from left to right, and you see yourself there. See as vivid as possible. If you're running, look around, see everything. Hear the sound. Use all, the number 2 is use all the 5 senses. Which are the 5 senses? Hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting, and touching. So when you're running, you feel it, that you're really running. You feel the breeze. You feel people talking about it. You feel the sound. You touch yourself, you're feeling that you're running. Running is also a kind of meditation. I talked about that earlier. Won't go into the details. So the first is vivid picture. Second is use all your 5 senses. Third one, feel the joy. You should feel happy about it. Whatever you want to achieve, if you have achieved yourself and you're visualizing that you have achieved it, you should feel happy about it. So you visualize you are very happy to get what you wanted. And the 4th and the most important one is that what's in it for others? Why the universe will give it to you? Who is benefiting out of that other than you? If you get a lot of money, who are benefiting out of that other than you? If you have a good health, who is benefiting out of that other than you? If you become very successful in business or corporate world, who are getting benefited out of that other than you? Think about it. So these are the 4 stages. In my next episode, I will go deeper into that. How to train your subconscious brain. Again, it's part of the creative visualization. It's a little bit deeper. The 4 stages or the 4 techniques I described is for general stuffs. But if you want to change something inside you, for an example, you have back pain, you have some challenges, you want to fix it, you want to change it, how will you do that? Just by imagining, probably it will not happen. You need to change your subconscious brain. You need to train it. And that's where we'll talk more about it. I'll go process by process. Each and every step I'll explain that. So stay tuned. And if you've liked this video, please don't forget to share and subscribe. Remember, this channel is there to create awareness about the 5 M's. Yes, money, meditation, motivation, music, and malt. Malt, of course, for somebody who enjoys it, and for others it can be just educational. With that, I'd like to say thank you, all of you, for your support and watching it. And it's goodbye from me, your friend, Pankaj Sinha. Bye-bye.